Respected Chair, Shri Rajat Sethi, Visiting Fellow, India Foundation, Distinguished Fellow Panelist, Shri Srini Raju, Chairman, iLabs, Excellencies, my dear youth delegate from ASEAN and India, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to you all. I am delighted to be present here today for the 4th ASEAN-India Youth Summit, which is being organized by India Foundation in collaboration with the ASEAN Foundation in the backdrop of 30th anniversary of ASEAN-India relations, which we celebrated last year as ASEAN-India Friendship Year. This current session, as the tone has been set by the chair, is a very important topic of 21st century, digital partnership. I'm sure that all of you here will agree with me that digital transformation is one of the most remarkable development of our era. Its proper use can be a force multiplier in our effort to achieve common goal of growth and prosperity for our people, as well as ensuring poverty alleviation. It also provides a silver lining in our fight against the current challenges of climate change, ensuring energy efficiency and green growth. But these benefits of digital transformation can only be fully realized when the digital access is widespread and truly inclusive. The digital application till now has been seen with the simple business lens of profit and loss without realizing its utility as a public good. India's own experience over the past few years has been that if we make digital architecture truly inclusive, it can bring positive socio-economic transformation on enormous scale and speed for which in this digital commodity or digital network is known about. The transparency of digital mechanism also translate into transparency of governance. India has developed digital public goods on our architecture, which has inbuilt democratic principle. It is a solution by the people, of the people, and for the people. They are based on open sources, open APIs, open standards, which are interoperable and public. Friends, ladies and gentlemen, if we look at the digital journey of India so far, we see that the penetration of mobile phone in India has tremendously increased in the past decade. And today, India has highest per capita data consumption with one of the lowest rate of per gigabyte of mobile data in the world. This has provided the basic foundation for expedited digital transformation in the country. It has been complemented by adoption of two initiatives by the Government of India, which are the Aadhar and the Jan Dhan. The Aadhar is the 12-digit unique biometric identity assigned to every Indian resident, and Jan Dhan ensure a bank account for every Indian above the age of 10. The runway success of Trinity of mobile, Jan Dhan, and Aadhar has provided the basic foundation for public digital infrastructure of India. This has revolutionized the delivery of basic public goods and services like bill payment, issuance of certificates, booking of public transport, and banking. And we all in India had the experience of standing in big queues to get all these facilities, to get a ration card issued or to get make bill payment, but now we can do it on our handsets. And this has brought government to the doorstep and handsets of the citizens of India. Our Fintech endeavor is truly a successful example of India's digital transformation, tremendously changing the way we pay and transact. It is the most recognized deployment of our public digital infrastructure. Today, 40% of the transaction at the global level done digitally take place in India through Unified Payment Interface or UPI, topping $1 trillion in value. And this is a huge leap considering that UPI was non-existent till April 2016. And all this has happened in just the span of 6 years. India is also deploying digital public infrastructure in a range of sectors with a view to create low-cost, high-volume, trusted transaction enablement for the citizen. It is also bringing a large number of Indians on various technology platforms and then fostering private sector innovation to build on top of these platforms. Our CoWIN, or Winning Against the COVID-19 platform, formed the backbone for India's vaccination. India has been implementing one of the largest vaccination drive in the world through this platform, whereby we have administered close to 2 billion vaccine doses using CoWIN to standardize, schedule, track, trace, and validate these vaccinations. The newest addition to our public digital infrastructure is the Open Network for Digital Commerce, or ONDC. The e-commerce market, as you are all well aware, has been traditionally dominated by a few large firms, and ONDC, in contrast to this, would allow small merchants to find new markets and improve their online visibility without hefty payment to big aggregators. It plans to bring greater equity and transparency to the digital commerce sector. Friends, ladies and gentlemen, India has offered to share its experience in this digital field to its partner countries, which brings us to digital partnership at bilateral, regional, and global level. The experience of past couple of years has thrown spotlight on digital diplomacy, which ensured connectivity in the face of global pandemic where all kind of travels were restricted, and has further highlighted the importance of this field in bilateral engagement or multilateral engagement among the countries. In addition, the digital public goods are also becoming an avenue for a new type of global diplomacy. Our RuPay card and UPI payments are making their way to the international market, including in ASEAN, where we have just recently started discussions with Singapore on interoperability of digital payment mechanism. I read last year, I think a few of ASEAN countries, I think mainly 5 of them, have come together. Their central banks have signed an MOU for cross-border payment. I think as ASEAN also develops such kind of activity, it can then talk about interoperable payment architecture between the whole of ASEAN, all 10 countries, and India, whereby initially we have started at the bilateral level. Digital partnership also form an important element of ASEAN-India relations. ASEAN-India Plan of Action, the current one, 2021-25, clearly lists out specific areas to enhance digital partnership in this field, including areas of capacity building and knowledge sharing, policy coordination on cybersecurity, promoting inclusive growth through digital trade, and ensuring digital transformation of MSMEs, which are important both for ASEAN countries and India. The annual ASEAN-India cooperation in this field is charted out through ASEAN-India Digital Work Plan, which currently includes project of capacity building in ITC and networking, broadband access, digital management of telecom infrastructure, and regulatory framework. India is also collaborating with CLMV countries, that is Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar, and Vietnam, in building up sustainable IT infrastructure and virtual classrooms. The two sides are also setting up institutional linkages between different organizations which are very active in this field. We are talking about a linkage between Smart City Mission of India and ASEAN Smart City Network. We are also talking about linkages between ASEAN, Singapore Cyber Security Center of Excellence, our set-in, and various other kind of organizations are also coming. We are also focusing on digital connectivity in various other interaction between India and ASEAN, such as the Startup Festival, the Innovation Festival. They are all focusing these days on digital solution. We also had a hackathon focusing on this area. On the track 1.5 mechanism, we also have a mechanism of ASEAN-India Cyber Security Conference, which is held annually to brainstorm emerging challenges in this field and as well as discuss their collaborative solution. Strengthening ASEAN-India digital partnership is also an important part of our recently announced comprehensive strategic partnership, which was announced during the ASEAN-India Commemorative Summit in Cambodia last year. As I said, we were celebrating the 30th anniversary of our relation, and this was the commemorative summit for that celebration, where we announced the elevation of our partnership from strategic partnership to comprehensive strategic partnership. And currently, the two sides are discussing ways to implement this partnership, and digital connectivity and digital cooperation on digital transformation is one of the important areas under this. Friends, with digital transformation comes the responsibility of ensuring cybersecurity, privacy of individuals, shaping of international cyber governance to the interest of people. It also requires active engagement on various emerging challenges in the cyberspace and building comprehensive understanding on these issues. And as two regions, as our chair also said, that they are comparable in economic heft. So the two reasons we are also very focused on digital transformation, how to see how digital transformation can help in the prosperity of our people. We are also have a comparable size of digital economy of around 150 billion for ASEAN, around 200 billion for India. So India and ASEAN are also very much focusing on strengthening our cooperation on cyber policy coordination, so that we can develop a common understanding on all these policy issues which are becoming very prominent these days. In conclusion, I would like to say that the digital partnership is an important topic of our time, both for ASEAN and India engagement as well as for our youth. And I'm happy that in this youth summit, we are taking time to discuss this partnership. And I hope that with this discussion, we generate new ideas and common ground for our future endeavors in this field. Thank you.